So, hi, my name is Lorena Gracia, and I'm a fourth grade teacher at Stewart Elementary, and today I'll be interviewing our wonderful librarian, Deb Edwards, and she's also, of course, here at Stewart Elementary with me. Okay, so my first question is, how do you promote reading in your library?
Okay, well, this is one of my favorite parts of the job, and there are several programs that have been ongoing through the years, part Clear Creek ISD, and a couple that are new initiatives that we came up with as librarians in our meetings. So we have the Blue Bonnet program, which is a statewide program, of course, and that's in the fall. It's with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. I'm sure you're familiar with that. And then we have the Retecto, which was created by a Clear Creek librarian, and that is the vehicle for earning their certificate, their reading certificate. So, and I have been lucky enough to have Target sponsor our school for the last couple of years. So I do have really nice incentives like books, paperback books, that because Target gives us a $500 allocation, and I get to order the books, and I get those crazy popular series books that they really want. So I push that, and they work for that. And then the little ones, I give the bracelets, the little readers or leaders, and pencils, and that we have their names on the announcements on Friday if they have received a Retecto. So those are two ongoing programs. And then year before last, a couple of our librarians got the idea to start a program in promotional for the primary classes. So we started using the 2x2 list, with the Texas 2x2 list, for the kindergarten up through 2nd grade. And the teachers read them the books. And at the end of that, we have a block of time, and it's in the fall also. And right before Thanksgiving, which just is a great time to do it, we have activities like I set up centers where everything is somehow, related to the books, and they get to come in and vote on their favorite 2x2 book. So that's a promotion that I use. And then I think book talks with the older students. I wish I had more time seeing them on a rotating basis, and so many lessons I want to teach. But I do book talks, and they love it. Every time I do a book talk, they really like that. So those are my main incentive programs that I use to promote.
And I think it's great because you include all grade levels, so that's something that's really good.
Yes, right.
Okay, so my next question is, with the new one-to-one initiative and push for technology, what would you like to implement in your library?
Okay, well, I'm kind of excited because I just came back from the Texas Librarian Association conference week before last, and the big buzz is about maker spaces. And so I was thinking, that was the most excited that I've gotten about something new in library in a long time. So I thought maybe I could use the tablets in a way that I could set up a maker space in the library and start slow and then build. But I believe that there are all kinds of apps that deal with origami, and of course I love Legos. It can be as simple as that. So I'm going to try to this summer work on some Pinterest things and see what apps are out there, and kind of try to use those two things to promote using the tablets in the library, plus research. There's going to be lots of ways to use those tablets, especially when you're teaching research and doing a big group project.
And that's great how you're already thinking of ways how to implement this.
Oh, there's
with
so
this
many
new
things.
thing, the big one-to-one that you're already kind of thinking of ideas.
And this is not original, but I heard someone talk about this, and I thought this is so cool because the camera. You could do so many things, like have them go look for a certain kind of book, and then they photograph it and come back and just show you, that they they found that out in the Dewey section, or just, and that would make it fun. So a lesson that might not be so much fun, I think that would really make it fun.
Well, you even started this year with the Scranimals and the QR codes,
Yes,
so that was wonderful.
Yes, because of our wonderful TIS, our tech person did a collaborative lesson with using technology.
And the kids loved it. I know my students loved it, the ones that participated. Okay, so my next question is, with it being you just in the library, how have you found ways to manage your time, and do you have volunteers? And if so, what do the volunteers assist you with?
Okay, well, unfortunately, we do not have a lot of volunteers, but I have 3 really faithful volunteers that I can count on. And so they mainly shelf. If they help me keep up on the shelving, I mean, it's the most critical part as far as volunteers, I think, is because you just don't have time in a day. Or if you take the time to shelf, then you're not out there in the stacks working with the kids, the walk-ins, helping them select books. And I mean, something's got to give. So I want to be with the kids, and that allows me, that frees me up to do the all of the important things to really promote reading with my kids. So I have them shelf. I have 3 very faithful volunteers. Now, if you have a book fair, it's easier to get people to commit for one time. You know, come in, help you set up, help you with the preview, those things. That's a lot easier. But getting volunteers on a regular basis is kind of challenging. You know, we've got so many moms who work, and transportation at our school is a problem with a lot of bilingual parents. So, yeah, but I feel very fortunate to have 3.
That's good
regulars.
that you have some, at least, that help you out.
Exactly.
Okay, so of course we know that collaboration is key as a librarian. So what are some things that you have done to collaborate with classroom teachers?
Well, since first of all, I would just be very honest. I used to collaborate a lot more before I lost my my partner. And but I have, like this year, the big collaborative effort was the Scranimals. And that was so exciting because we used technology. We had the art teacher, so she took one component. They did the artwork in art, and I introduced them to the book, Jack Perlesky's Scranimals. And then they, in the classroom, and at home, they wrote their poem. And then when they were through with that, then I had a little center set up. It was like a little maker space, because they would come and they would, first of all, they would use the computer, type up their poem, and then put it all together on mount board. And then I would let them record their poem, and we put a QR code on their little name tag. So that was exciting, and it was a kind of a 4-way collaboration. So that was the big one. And then when you have research, that's very collaborative, because you have to get with the teachers and say, okay, what do y'all want to do your research on? And then, I can take care of this part of it. What do you want to do? And kind of set the the teachers really let me know what they want to do.
And I know you've been very helpful with research, especially when we bring in, that I brought in my class and you taught the lesson on plagiarism, and, just having that in the classroom, I can teach it, but then I'm also getting the support here, so that was a lot of help, especially with research.
I appreciate that. Now, from doing it so many years, I have these little mini lessons. So I can say, okay, you just let me know when you need a mini lesson on note-taking, when you need a mini lesson on plagiarism, or doing your bibliography, or just whatever it is, these little mini lessons. I mean, because you're going to do an overview of whatever process you're using. We use Big 6. But I think that if you throw too much at them at one time, it's too much to absorb. Just like it's too much for us to absorb. I think when they're ready for something, especially when they're 2nd, 3rd grade and they're just really getting started, kind of shovel it out in like small bits so that they can handle it. So.
No, they really enjoy research, and they love coming to the library to do it too. So.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course, my last question is, what are some community events that you have done in your library?
Okay. Well, my favorite, and I haven't done one this year, it's just, I'm hoping to get back to it next year, is to have a family library night. And usually what I do is try to promote it, do it during a time of the year when there's not a lot of competition as far as baseball season and all those things. And I will offer refreshments. That's a big pull, you know, to get them in. And send out flyers, and then it'd be like an open house. And I set up different, like little, just real simple little centers, things that they can do with their parents. And then I really push and encourage the parents to, the only time I don't get up and, you know, give a talk or anything, but I do just tell the parents, let them know again that they can check out books anytime they want for their younger children or for their Stewart students. And then I have a sign up for that, and that's a good opportunity to do that. You know, that makes me, that reminds me of something though, as far as promoting books. And this is something else that, you know, I really want to get back to, is I think book clubs are, the kids love book clubs, and it's a great way to promote reading, especially for those, you know, because you can tailor them for the different groups. Like if you have some little third grade boys who are reluctant readers, then you can, you know, pick those books that are really good hook books for third grade reluctant readers.
Oh yeah, I mean even in the classroom when we do book clubs,
Exactly.
they love it. And they're like, when's the time to be for book clubs? So
so I had to say that because I think book clubs are just such a wonderful way. But and then during some of we have a fine arts night, and we have a book fair during that evening, and then literacy night, and we have a book fair on that evening. And last year I invited the Helen Hall, the public library, to come up, and they set up. In fact, I've done this almost every year except for this year. They just couldn't. I think that they really cut back on their staff, but hopefully that will change, because they would come and set up a table, and they did that at the first book fair this year, and then we have them sign up, and I go get the cards and bring them and give them to the kids. So really encourage them to get public library cards.
And that's a great way to partner with, you know, libraries around the area. So not only do they have the resource here, but they also have another library outside in the community.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with me. And I know definitely all, you know, your answers are definitely going to help me next year as a librarian.
You're going to be a wonderful librarian.
Thank you. Thank you so much.